Day 3 is in the books. Hi again, everyone. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk, where, well, the Bengals just wrapped up day 3 of their training camp practices. Still no Joe Burrow, but tomorrow, back together Saturday. A quick reminder that this report and all of our training camp reports brought to you by Rivertown Inquiry, rivertowninquiry.com. If you're looking for orange and black gear, if you're looking for Cincinnati gear, Doug and his team got you covered. So go there now, rivertowninquiry.com. Before we dive into the reports, and hopefully you checked out our locker room conversation, and it was a scrum with all members of the media here that cover the Bengals. But La'el Collins had some really good insight today, and I'll share some of my thoughts on that. Just heard from Frank Pollock as well. We'll post that here on the channel. But before we do that, I want to thank everybody that has said hi during camp. The first 3 days have been awesome. It's been great to meet some of you in person. For those that I didn't get to shake hands with and just got to wave because I'm going from one side of the field to the other because there's 3 fields here. This is field 2 behind me. Well, sorry about that I didn't get to shake your hand, but I appreciate each and every one of you, and it's been great to have fans back at training camp and get to see you this year during the 2022 camp, which I'm sure we'll see plenty of you on Saturday as well. That being said, big takeaways from today's practice, then we'll get to some Collins thoughts and some other things on the back end. First things first, I think that from a explosive standpoint, I'll say, I think Ja'Marr Chase looks as good as I've seen him. I just think he looks so crisp, so smooth in his route running. I'm watching him and Eli Apple really battle, and they are, and Eli is holding his own at times, but just the way he runs routes, Ja'Marr Chase, he's become a much better route runner, I think. I think he's become quicker, more explosive, and he was already all of those things. And I'm noticing it without Joe Burrow, right? I'm noticing it without seeing him go against opposing cornerbacks in one-on-one drills because they haven't done that yet during camp. So that's the first thing, just overall takeaway from the first 3 days. This isn't the same Ja'Marr Chase that I saw a year ago. And no, I'm not talking about the drops. I'm just talking about in general. You can see he's different. This isn't the same guy even that we saw in February or January. I think he's much improved, which obviously bodes well for the Bengals' chances. Puka Williams didn't practice today, so that's one injury that's new to take note of. But overall, this was a pretty, I'd say, standard practice. They didn't get a ton done from a, oh, let's go on here and talk about a standpoint. I'll be honest with you. They did do some 11-on-11s, and that's where it starts, that's where it ends. Ja'Marr Chase had a touchdown. T. Higgins still not participating in the team activities. But overall, I think it's time for us to move the conversation forward, and I'm excited to do that when we get the pads on, or when they get the pads on and we get to see them with the pads on, because we can really talk about this offensive line to a higher degree, because that's where our focus is, right? Jackson Carman still lined up at left guard 3 straight days. Frank Pollock insists that it's still a competition. It's hard to have these guys compete when Alex Kappa's still out, La'el Collins out. Said that there isn't a true timetable on his return, but working out, he's still doing things like that, obviously going through rehab. I think he's going to be just fine. It doesn't seem like there's any doubt about him playing on September 11th in that regular season debut, and I think we'll see him, personally, I think we'll see him much sooner than that. Overall, though, this offensive line, 3 days, 3 separate starting units, and right guard, right tackle, obviously the 2 holes with Alex Kappa not participating in team drills. Same thing goes for La'el Collins. Well, Isaiah Prince and Akeem Adeniji were day 1 at right tackle and right guard, respectively. On Thursday, it was Deontay Smith at right tackle and Cordell Volson at right guard. And on Friday, today, it was Isaiah Prince at right tackle again and Cordell Volson again at right guard. So could be something, could be nothing, but Cordell Volson certainly battling for a second-string spot. We'll see if he can push for that and maybe more. That's the thing. When Alex Kappa comes back, maybe we see Cordell Volson slide in with the ones instead of Jackson Carman at left guard. We'll see. But that is really the big question I have as of now. I will say this, like these guys, they put in the work. Let me see if I can slide this. Got to loosen it and slide this. Look, you see Chris Evans just got off the jugs machine right there. He's been on the jugs machine for a while. A couple other injury notes. Jeffrey Gunter, the 7th-round pick out of Coastal Carolina, got injured on the final play of 11-on-11s. He was able to stand, but needed some assistance, was on the ground for a while, so that's one. The other, Mike Thomas, the receiver, number 80, suffered what appeared to be a left ankle injury. Was working through it. It was at the beginning of 11 on 11s and was working through it, never left the field, never returned to team activities, but he did catch a bunch of balls off the jugs machine after practice. So he's trying to work through it. Obviously, he's a big part of this wide receiver unit, a big part of Darren Simmons' special teams unit. So we'll keep you up to date on those as well. Make sure you check out everything we've posted this week, and we're not done. We got more coming your way right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk on Saturday. So make sure you leave the notifications on, but also check anyways, because we can only notify you 3 times within a 24-hour window. So we've been using those maybe a little less frequent than you're used to, but it's really as frequent and even more frequent. It's the fact that we're posting so many videos. So make sure you refresh the Cincinnati Bengals Talk feed. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And for Andrew Fox Miller, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now, right here at the practice fields across from Paul Brown Stadium on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.